It's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with 25 more differences between America and Australia. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, give the video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. And let's look at these differences.
What's good, y'all? Tristan here, and today we're going to be going over 25 differences between America and Australia. Let's get right into it. Number one is going to court for traffic violations. So, in America, if you get a speeding ticket, it is technically a criminal offense. It's like the very lowest level of criminal offense, but it's still technically a criminal offense, and you have to go to court and all this stuff. It's like a huge process to get rid of a ticket. Not huge, but it's just a real pain in the ass. Whereas here in Australia, if you get a speeding ticket, unless if you're going way over the limit, it's just gonna be a fine, and you can just pay it online, and yeah, that's it. Number two is
you can do that here. I don't know what he's talking about. You can go to court and do all that, go through all that process and try to get rid of. But here you can pay it online. I've gotten 5 speeding tickets in the past couple of years. I paid every single one of them online. I've never stepped inside of a courtroom. So I don't understand that one. You can just choose it. You can choose to go to court. Like I said, you have that option, but you also have the option to just pay the fine online.
the way that they address things in Australia. So where I'm staying right now, I'll be out of here by the time I post this, but it is 6 Beach Road, Surfers Paradise. So it's 6 is the address, the number. In America, I've never seen a number less than 3, 100. Most of them are in the thousands or 10,000s. Whereas in Australia, it's just 1 or 2 digits most of the time. Why this is because in Australia, how it works is whenever a road starts, that building's 1, 2, 3, 4, it just counts as the road goes. Whereas in America, I don't know exactly how it works. I don't know how they pick what number to start at, but it's something like if this block is 1800s, then the next block would be 1900s, and the next block would be the 2000s, and then every single block, every single street over on that same street, it goes up by 100. Number 3 is how.
And it makes complete sense to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that obviously makes a lot of sense. So I do think Australia does that better. I'm not sure why we do it the way we do it, but it seems like it makes more sense to go 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of jumping into the 1800s or 17.
How they do data here in America and in Australia. So you will see data packages for your cell phone. They'll be 60 gigs of data a month, 100 gigs of data. I've seen 150 gigs of data a month. You could not use 150, and that's not for a family. That is per line. I could not use 150 gigs of data if I tried. Whereas in America, we don't have really high data options like that. Our options usually are 4, 5, 10, maybe 12 gigs of data a month, nothing big, or 20 gigs for a family to share, something like that. And then if you want more data than that, which is most people, then you just get unlimited. I've always had unlimited data my whole life. Everyone I know just gets unlimited data. Having a limit on our data is just not usually a thing, really. Which sounds nice and all.
Yeah, I definitely always unlimited everything, just because you never really have to worry about it. But I didn't because I've been unlimited, I didn't know that our data plans were that small compared to Australia, who offers 100 and 150 gigs. So it seems like it's basically unlimited if you're not capable of using all that data in a month anyway.
But keep in mind, I pay about twice as much for my cell phone bill when I'm in America as to when I'm here. Number 4 is we do not eat our national animals. So if you're in Australia, they eat kangaroos, whereas in America, yeah, we don't eat bald eagles. Number 5.
I'd love to try kangaroo though.
Is calamari. So in America, I feel calamari is kind of like a fancy, upscale, nice food. Where in Australia, it's the total opposite. It's super common at every single restaurant. It's really not fancy at all. I was at a fish and chip shop, and they had the option to replace your fish with calamari. It's just really cheap, really accessible. You can get it everywhere, and yeah, it's just finger food here. Number 6.
I've never had calamari in my life. I'd like to try that too.
This is posties, or our mail delivery men and women. Anyways, in America, they go around delivering your mail in the little car vehicle that looks like this. Whereas in Australia, they go around on these little yellow motorcycles that look like that. Number 7 is checks. So, well, first of all, we spell it differently. In America, you spell checks like this, and in Australia, you spell it like that. But the point I want to make is that checks are still really common in America. So, it's very common to get paid by an actual paper check. You also can pay people in checks. That's not as common, that's kind of dying, but it still exists. In Australia, I've never seen a check once. I've never heard of anyone getting paid with a check. That's so ancient, like that's archaic. I don't know why we still use them in America, but we do. Number 8.
It usually be the older people. Like you see the older people pull out a checkbook and it's like, oh, well, where I live, I don't know. Maybe the wealthy use checks or something. I don't know. I've never met anyone that's wealthy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's usually when I see people like in a grocery store or anything, it would be the older people that'll pull out a checkbook and all that. I've never known how to write a check I still don't know how to write a check. But that is funny. Yeah. Why do we still use checks? I don't know.
Is the type of TV ads we have in America versus here. So in America, there are 2 types of ads that are like, they're really common and I've never seen them in Australia. One is like medical like commercials, like, you know, like buy this medicine, ask your doctor about this. First of all, it's just kind of weird, but secondly, those are actually illegal in Australia. You cannot advertise drugs in Australia, but in America, we do. And the other type of commercials are lawyer commercials. You'll see so many commercials that are like, have you been hurt in a car accident?
Yes.
Like, call Bill and we will get you your money. Like, pretty much they are just advertisements that are like, do you need to sue anyone? We will sue people for you and get you money. And they're really weird and like, yeah, they don't have them here in Australia, all over the TV in America.
Yeah, that's all. I swear to all over the TV, all over the radio. I love it though. It'd be word on the radio that just gets stuck in my head. It's like, hey girl, I just got hit. Ooh, you better call IJustGotHit.com. Okay. Have you or your family ever been in an accident? It gets stuck in my head. I love it.
Alright, now these next 5 or so were all pointed out to me by some subscribers. I had some of you DM me on Instagram and telling me I should put these in a video. So thank you so much if you did that, and here they are. Number 9 are school buses. So in America, school buses are yellow and they can go like any other cars, whereas in Australia, school buses look like this and they cannot go over 40 kilometers an hour. In America, the school buses also flash out this little stop sign on the side of it whenever they're dropping kids off, and then cars going both directions on the road, the entire road just stops for these kids to get out. It's really annoying. I mean, I guess safety first, but it's really annoying.
Yeah.
In Australia, they don't do that. Also,
it is annoying, and I accidentally ran the stop sign one time, and that bus driver let me have it, and that was my fault. I do agree with that, stop sign for the buses so the kids can cross the street or whatever. So that's one thing I do agree with. Like I said, safety first. It is annoying, but don't want no kids hit.
Every single school in America, from elementary or primary school here, all the way up to secondary and high school, they all have mascots. In Australia, they don't have mascots with their high schools, at least. I don't know, maybe a couple do, but it's not common. In America, every single one has a mascot. The next one has to do with population demographics and immigration. So the ethnicity of the minorities that are in each country is very different. So in America, we have a lot more African Americans and people from Mexico or Latin America, whereas in Australia, the 2 I would say most common immigrants are Indian people and Middle Easterners. Number 12 is prostitution, or sex work laws. So in Australia, in 6 out of the 8 states here, it is either legal, to do with a license or whatnot, or it is at least decriminalized. Number 13 is,
and I feel like it should be. It should be legal. That's how you get paid. That's how you get your bread. You feel me? But I don't understand why we don't do it here in the U.S. I don't want to look into understanding either. So I guess I'll just stay in the dark on this one.
Mardi Gras, or the definition, what we call Mardi Gras. So in America, Mardi Gras is so a big, fun. I don't know, it's on Fat Tuesday, it's right before Lent, I don't know, it used to be a religious thing, but now it's just a big, I don't know, party pretty much in New Orleans. However, in Australia, Mardi Gras refers to something completely different. Mardi Gras here is it's pretty much our Pride, I'd say, in America. It's an LGBTQ event, completely different. Number 14 is this popular school kid game. So in America, we call this Foursquare, while in Australia, it is called either downball or handball. Number 15 is...
I never was that great at Foursquare.
Flavored milk or bottles of iced coffee. So in Australia, it is super, super common. You'll see this at every gas station, every petrol station, every convenience store, every grocery store, everywhere. They have these bottles of this pretty much refrigerated coffee or I don't know, milk. And in America, I'm sure we have them, we definitely do have them, but they're not common. It's not something that you'll see it everywhere. Number 16 is a funny one, and that is bike bells. So I got a bike recently to go to work, and I was asking some people at my work, I was like, yeah, I know you needed to wear a helmet here. Are there any other things I need to know, any bike rules? And they're like, oh yeah, well, you need to have a light whenever you like if you're driving at night. I was like, okay, yeah. And they're like, and you also need a bell. I'm like, a bell? Like, what, am I a child? Like, why do I need a bell? If you have a bell on your bike in America, like, your bike looks like this. Like, if you're 11 or older, like, you have graduated from bells. Anyways, I said that, and like, all of them looked at me. There was about like 5 of us all on lunch break, and they all looked at me like, are you crazy? Like, how could you possibly pass someone without a bell? Like, you gotta ring it to let them know. And I just found this was super funny because I have realized people ring their stupid bells at you all the time in Australia. And as an American, it's so annoying. That is rude. It's like inconsiderate. Like, beep beep bitches, get out of my way, ding ding ding. Like, I don't know, I just hate it. If you're gonna pass someone, you just say on your left, like, or in Australia, on your right. You just kind of like give them a little holler, or you just don't say anything and just pass them, like, I don't know, with plenty of room. Like, it's not driving a car, it's driving a bike. It's not that hard. Oh, and also, can I tell you how annoying these bells are? Every time I like go up a curb or I like hit a bumper, I'm like, dude, like anytime the stupid thing rings, and so I always like want to look back because I think someone else is ringing at me, but it's just my own bell from all the bumps. And yeah, anyways, it's a stupid law. Like, I'm saying it, I don't support it, but anyways. Quick interjection, guys.
Yeah, I guess we don't have it because, I mean, we don't really have too much bike riders. We have some, but in America, for the most part, you're gonna need a car. Like, not a ton of people ride bikes. But bike bells, I guess the past do make sense. I mean, that way you can hear them coming. You know they're coming. And so I can understand it. But yeah, I guess we don't have it here because it's not that common to ride like bikes on streets and stuff like that. Like I said, we have some. Of course, there are going to be some. But for the majority, it's not that common.
I got a big announcement, so give me 1 sec. And that is that I am officially on TikTok. So if you want to check out my TikTok, I know I'm a little late to the party. You can check out either one of these TikToks. So I have one that is going to be just like stupid TikTok, me just doing random crap. I don't know, like, I'm not gonna try growing it. I might go 2 weeks without posting on it. Like, it's just gonna be like any random trends that come. I'm just doing random like shit on this one. All right, it's gonna be cringy, it's gonna be bad, but if you want to follow me for, like, I don't know, personal stuff reasons, check out that TikTok. However, if you're more interested in travel tips, travel experiences, travel stories, me showing you cool places, talking about Australia and America, then check out this one right over here. This is going to be my main TikTok. I'm going to try posting on it daily for the next couple weeks at least, maybe month. I don't know. I'll be all over this TikTok. So yeah, if you want to go follow me on there, that'd be sick. I really appreciate it. Let's get back to the 25 differences. Number 17. So KFC is like way bigger here in Australia. So yes, we have it in America, but I describe it as like, it's like not a good fast food restaurant. Like bottom of the food chain, you're gonna go to like 10 other fast food places before you go there. Here, that's KFC, right. I'd say is much better than it is in America. At least I like it more. And yeah, I guess that's why it's more popular here.
I do enjoy KFC, but yeah, he's right. You probably aren't going to go to 10 other places before KFC.
Number 18 is XX. Whenever you're texting someone, it's common to put like XX at the end of your message. It's like a form of endearment. I think it comes from like XOXO, like hugs and kisses. It's like kiss, kiss. But it's not like saying I want to kiss you. I don't know. It's just like, we just don't do that in America. But it's a way of texting here, like a kind of cutesy way to finish your message, and yeah, in America we don't do that. Alright, number 19 is kind of sick, and I have never seen this in America. So, and it's not everywhere in Australia, it's only some places, but that is covered public parking lots. Some shopping centers, you will see like little tents over like in the parking lot, like, you know, to protect the cars a little bit, give them some shade. Really nice, very considerate, just a little extra touch to the parking lots that, yeah, it's not everywhere in Australia, but I've never seen it, not once in America.
I've never seen it I also never seen it in America. I feel like it does make more sense in Australia, the way they be talking about how hot it gets over there, that sometimes the pavement be melted, and one of the most dangerous things in Australia is the steering wheel during summer. And so, yeah, I feel like it does make more sense over there, but that's cool. That's really cool to have. I really like that.
Number 20 is that cars actually stop here when you cross the road. So I mentioned this in another video, but it wasn't one of my like America versus Australia differences video. But if you're just getting close to the road, like the cars will stop. And I'm like, what are you stopping for? And it's just because you're like close to a crosswalk. And they're so nice. They give you so much room to stop. And like we'll be looking at my phone, like not expecting to go, and they'll be stopping for me, and then I'll feel bad because I'm like holding up traffic. I'm like, oh crap. So yeah, cars here are super nice to pedestrians. 21 is so that dope. Ambulances here say ambulance backwards on it, and that really confused me. I was like, why the heck would you write ambulance backwards? But the reason for it is because whenever you're driving and they're, you know, like the sirens are on, they're coming on behind you, and you look in your mirror, it will say ambulance like the correct way when you're looking at it in your mirror. So actually kind of smart. Number 22.
That does make sense. I mean, usually I know from the ambulance is coming just from the lights and the way the vehicle looks. But that's smart to have it on there. Like,
Two is circumcision. So in America, it is very popular to get circumcised. Like it is, I don't know, I feel like most Americans are circumcised. In Australia, that is not the case. Like I'm sure some people are circumcised here, but like the vast majority of Australians are not circumcised. 23.
That's a big difference. And I noticed that Germans don't get circumcised often either. That's really like, that's, I don't know, maybe it's North America. I don't know if it's all of North America. I would assume so, but in the U.S. for sure, it's just, it's natural. It's common here to get circumcised. But and I legit thought that was like the norm with the rest of the world. I thought like everybody was out here getting circumcised, but I was completely wrong. So I guess we're one of, I don't know how many countries that actually do get circumcised.
Is one that has been driving me crazy lately, but that is y'all's pretzel options in Australia. So in America, if you go to the grocery store and you're looking for pretzels, there's going to be a whole section of like 20 different types of pretzels. We have skinny pretzels, fat pretzels, extra salted pretzels. We have pretzels like sticks. We have pretzel like rods. We have pretzels in like the typical pretzel shape that are big, small, big and fat. Like we literally have like, there's probably like 20 different types of pretzels. Here in Australia, when you get pretzels, literally the entire pretzel section will just be like 2 bags. Like it'll be like brand 1, brand 2, one type of pretzel, like that's it. Number 24 is the business TJ Maxx in America. It's called TK Maxx in Australia. So TJ Maxx, TK Maxx, literally the same thing, just one letter different. Number 25, I still don't understand. Guys, please help me figure this one out. Tasty cheese. What the heck is tasty cheese? Is it tasty because it tastes good? So tasty cheese in Australia is cheddar cheese. But it's not called, it's called tasty, like it tastes good. Why? Why is it tasty? What does tasty mean? Just call it cheddar. Someone Australian, please explain. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big old like. I really appreciate it. Also, if you've enjoyed it, I've done a video very similar to this titled 50 differences between America and Australia, and another one, 100 differences between America and Australia. You can find them in the description below or just right over there. Thank you very much, guys. Peace out.
So is it tasty cheese like a certain brand of cheese, or just all cheddar cheese? It's actually just called tasty cheese. I'm intrigued now. That's all we got. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. It's your boy Neal. Out.